It's time for Highlands Ladies Basketball. Tonight from Highlands High School, the Highlands Lady Rams hosting the Lady Bucks of Burrell. Along with the Dean, Mike Choma, this is Mike Pavlik. Cameraman Dan's right behind the camera. And Dean, we're here for our first girls game of the year, and it's nice to be back.
Been a couple years, Mike, because of the pandemic and everything else. But again, girls are doing great so far, so it's a good night to be here.
Let's talk about the Highlands Rams. 10-2 under first-year coach Jason Kerr. First year here, but he's coached many years. 5-1 in section, and they are off to a really good start and look headed toward the playoffs.
Yeah, Mike, in 4A, they were number 2 at one time. Had that little stumble last week against knocked them out of the top 5. But they're a young team, Mike. They start 4 sophomores, 1 senior, Maria Fabregas. She's a 4-year starter. She's the glue, but it's a very young team and bright future ahead for sure.
It sure sounds like it. Well, let's talk about the Burrell Bucks. They are having a struggle this year. First-year coach Sean Reddick, he was the coach here 20 years ago. Kind of a Dick Vermeil situation for Sean. But they're off to a struggling start, but they're still competitive when it comes to making the playoffs.
Same like Highlands, they start 1 senior, Hope Clark, and they have 3 juniors and a sophomore starting. Pulled a big upset against Freeport, Mike, and had a tough game against Derry last week. They were ahead by a point in the last minute, lost that one. But second half starting tonight. They're still in the playoff hunt, so we're going to see them come play harder this evening.
You mentioned that game against Derry. That was last Thursday. They haven't played since, so we have a rest or rust situation here.
Yeah, Mike, they were supposed to play Valley last week. They didn't get that game in, but they're here tonight. And again, like I said, first time around against Highlands, they played pretty well, especially the first half. But as a young team struggles, second half Highlands kind of took over. Who's it more important for? Well, it's very simple. Second half start important for both teams here tonight. Probably more important for Burrell because, again, they got to get back in the playoff hunt. Highlands, though, they want to improve every game. Got a second chance at knock coming up, so I think we'll see both teams play hard here tonight.
There's a lot of similar situation to the boys are that they really need to win all their games until it comes up to the knock game if they want a chance to win the section. So the first game, you got to remember, Burrell was only down by 1 point after the first quarter, so you'll keep an eye on that. And they have size, Burrell does.
Yeah, Mike, again, Hope Clark and her sister Anna are out there, and they have a very young team, and young teams make mistakes. To me, the key tonight is whoever makes the least mistakes is going to win.
All right, that'll wrap it up. It's Highlands, it's Burrell, it's the ladies, and it's coming right up. Stay tuned.
Coached by Sean Reddick.
All right, Dean, time for the starting lineups. First for the Lady Bucks.
They will start number 21, Anna Clark, 5'9" freshman.
She's a guard, junior number 23,
Emily Wojcik, 23, a 5'9" junior guard.
She's a forward, junior number
22, Addie Landowski, a 6-foot junior forward.
They do have size, Dean.
They do.
Junior number 33.
33, Riley Stretzel, 5'10" junior. And the senior we talked about in the pregame, Mike, number 14, Hope Clark, 5'7" senior. Dad Doug is right behind us.
He is.
Go way back with Doug.
He's promised to behave tonight.
Well, he's the star of their live streams they do over in Burrell. So if you ever want to hear Doug, you can listen in there. Doug does our basketball draft every year.
Yes, he does.
All right, let's go to Lady Rams. Jason Kerr, coach, also part of our little basketball draft. Number 4, Kelly Nerone, a 5'6" sophomore, one of the 4 sophomores who start. Number 22, Shelby Rodcheck, 5'6" sophomore. And tonight we have Kate Bielek doing the announcing, and she is getting into it.
The first lady of Highlands basketball.
Jocelyn Bielak, number 24, a 5'9" sophomore.
Former camera person of ours, by the way.
That's right.
Did a great job.
Number 32, Kate Myers, a 5'8" sophomore.
That 3-point thing for her, that runs in the family.
And finally, the senior we talked about in the pregame, number 40, Maria Fabregas, a 5'6" senior. And I don't know about you, but I'm pumped up here.
I'm pumped up by Kate Bielak.
There you go.
Absolutely. I had a nice conversation with Kate before the game. Haven't seen her around the boys' games as much. So.
And our referees tonight, veteran crew, Chris Zemansky, Larry Porterfield, and Todd Fink.
And there's Chris Z right there. Chris, we have for the Cager when we have that, and he's always I see him around town too. So his brother, of course, Mark, who was the former coach at Burrell. How's that?
It all comes full circle tonight, Mike.
It really does. Well, there's a lot of threads that go between these two schools and these two teams and these two programs, and we'll talk about a lot of those as we go along.
And as they match up for the jump ball, Mike, you're right. Burrell has a decided height advantage here.
Yes, they do. Larry Porterfield puts it in the air. The tap is won by the Bucks, and they'll move right to left, dressed in their blue uniforms, dark blue, with the Columbia blue trim, and the white. Highlands in the home whites with the brown and gold trim. Now the steal in the corner by Nerone, got a piece of it, and it goes off a hand out of bounds. The Bucks will keep it.
4 high.
Sean Reddick, the coach, was the coach in 2001-2002 for a year. He's spent a lot of time with tennis teams. Teacher of Burrell, been for years. Steal by Nerone again. That's the second one she's knocked free, but quickly going backward is Hope Clark to corral it for the Bucks.
She has those quick hands, Mike.
She does. 21 is Anna Clark. Sisters play catch. Round to screen. Wojcik left side, goes baseline, lost it off her leg out of bounds. It's Highlands basketball. There is definitely some atmosphere in here, by the way.
Mike, I was not at the first game. I watched it. I'll tell you what, they really went at each other in the first game. Expect the same thing here tonight.
This is Nerone, number 4. Again, 4 sophomores, 1 senior. That senior is Fabregas. That's 40. And there's Maria right there.
2-3 zone to start. Going to leave the wings open.
Myers. Swing it back left side, and Fabregas had it. Quickly they pass it. They go inside to Pavlik, up off the glass and down, and the Rams lead 2-0. Boy, the boys team going nuts over there. There is some cheering section. First 2 for the 5'9" sophomore, Josie Pavlik, and we have a steal by Pavlik backcourt, but right back over. The Bucks have it. Wojcik, forecourt 3-ball off the front rim, no good. Rebound Fabregas. Burrell back the other way. Pavlik blows up the baseline, goes all the way in, and Larry Porterfield with the toot. It's a foul on the Burrell Bucks. Larry's our old friend from. The foul is on Riley Sterlitz. Used to be callers to Tom Dinga's old show.
WTYM.
That's someplace you worked once or twice, isn't it?
We used to cross each other in the nights.
Pavlik missed it first, she'll get another. Just underway with Highlands leading at 2-0. That one is good. 3-0.
He did triple header duty the other day, Mike. Larry
Steal again. Lead it ahead to Nerone. Nerone goes in, puts it up, no good. Rebound. And the battle is won by Highlands as Myers chased it down in the corner. Inside to Pavlik, up off the glass, no good. And it's Highlands ball. So says Todd Fink. And now Sean Reddick says he wants a timeout. He wants to talk it over at 6:15. Doesn't like what he sees early. We mentioned the first time they played, it was only a 1-point game at first quarter break.
Yeah, it was, I think it was 16-15. Then halftime, they stretched it out to 6. Second half, they just ran away with it. They've committed 4 turnovers here early, Mike. And again, as I said in the pregame, whoever makes the least mistakes normally wins these type of games, especially these local rivalries. I was telling Larry he did the middle school game the other day, the review, 7th grade, 8th grade, and since the Deer Lakes game was canceled Monday, he had to come over Tuesday and do the varsity game. And I said, let me recommend our best restaurant in town, Philippines. And there's a lot of lower Burrell people here tonight.
That's a winner. There's a nice crowd here tonight. Everybody's fired up for this one.
Judy Wisner here from the school board.
Yes, she is.
Earlier.
Got a chance to talk to her. She's been here as long as we have. Longer.
Yeah. We go 21 years, and she's got a few more than that on us.
Yeah.
But I got her beat. I go back to 1980 for coaching.
So. Oh, there you go. You know where I was in 1980, don't you?
5th grade.
I was going to Burrell. I was in high school.
All right. Inbound had trouble with
Mark it in, and Myers is able to control it. This is Nerone out top.
And they're running zone 1, Mike. Wings, high post, and low post bounces. There you go. That creates the opening.
Oh, Nerone, it opened up, and they could call double dribble.
Yep.
Travel, bad their pick. I thought she may have traveled on the drive, but they got her the second time. That's a Highlands turnover at 5:59. This is Clark. And Anna Clark. And Hope. Jumped up in the air by Wojcik to steal it. Nerone ahead of the pack, but the Bucks quickly get back to take it back as Anna goes back to get it. Anna the freshman, Hope the senior. And we got a jump ball backcourt. Arrow belongs to Highlands at 5:45.
One of the problems, Burrell's make a mistake, Mike. One dribble picking the ball. You can't do that. You have to dribble with purpose or pass. Those are your two options.
Bench just mentioned that. That's a Myers three, and it is down. Kate Myers from the right side. Highlands leads at 6-0.
They introduced her as a three-point shooter, Mike, and she didn't let it down.
Brother Corey, of course, was integral part of the boys championship team a couple years ago.
Now at Point Park.
As is Luke Cochran. Hope Clark between circles.
Kind of extending her defense a little here, Mike.
Hope goes all the way in, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Rebound Landowski and a foul. We mentioned the Clark sisters and their dad Doug. He was the head coach at Springdale, played at Springdale. Was also the head coach before that at Eldredton.
That had to be a trip from Springdale.
Yeah. When we first saw Doug, we had an Eldredton and Springdale game way back in the 90s. First by Landowski is good, and he was coaching Eldredton at the time. Eldredton doesn't exist anymore.
She's the tallest girl out there at 6 foot, and she makes 2.
The town exists, the school doesn't. 6'2".
Make sure we get a hand in the face this time.
Now Fabregas on the tap out got it back as Pavlik had it. Tried to tap it back outside, and Burrell gets it out, 6-2.
5-4 turnovers now.
Here are the Clark sisters backcourt against pressure. Nearly over and back it is, I think. Yep. That's good officiating that time by Larry Porterfield and Todd Fink. They made eye contact and made sure they were on the same page, and then whistled it and called it. It was a good job.
Did you have what I had?
Yes. That's a base. When you umpire, you get that a lot too. Here's what I had. Here's Myers. Oh, Fabregas lost it.
Unforced, Mike.
Deflected off of her hands right to Chris Szymanski. Almost went over to the boys team over there.
They showed up at force.
They are. Well, that was Jimmy Kuntz came over before the game. I said, "Nice crowd over there." He goes, "We'll have more."
It's good to see they support each other.
That is.
Yep.
Wojcik, baseline, where they tripled her quickly. Now back to Clark. Goes all the way in, high off the glass and down. Anna Clark, the 5'9" freshman, first basket for Burrell, and it's 6-4.
Too easy, Mike. She dribbled right through.
There's Caitlin Myers. Worked it back out to Nerone. Fabregas left side. A 3-ball is nothing but nylon. Maria Fabregas, second from downtown for Highlands, and it's 9-4.
Nerone with the steal almost. Here comes the count.
Well, that pressure is giving them trouble. This is Clark. Now, from the right side, it's Sterlitz, and she drains a 3.
9-7.
First basket for Riley. Now they tried to go inside to Pavlik off her hands, and I think Josie might have got caught in frustration. Foul is on Shelby Wojcik.
Her first, team first.
Jocelyn Lazier in for the Rams, 44. There's Anna Clark against 3 white shirts, able to control it left side. Oh, nearly a steal that time as Wojcik got a hand on it and tipped it over into the Myers contingent over there.
Hot is very active on the defensive end here, Mike.
You see former school board member Debbie Beal over there. When Jason Kerr got the Valley job, he took over for Mindy Beal White, Debbie's daughter. How about that?
All comes full.
It's amazing. There were so many. Landowski inside, got it back outside to Wojciech.
By the way, Mike, Mindy's going to have her 4th child. Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness. And we watched her running around out here.
And you ready for this? 3 boys and a boy. 4 boys.
She's almost got a basketball team.
Yep. Dad says it's going to be born on 4th of July.
Oh, Barone tried to work it out to Fabregas.
Turnover.
They battle for it. Bucks had it, lost it, and Clark has it. This is Hope all the way down, and a foul on Highlands.
That's a good call, Mike. She slid underneath that time.
Wojciech picks up her 2nd at 2:47. That's 3 team fouls against the Lady Rams.
And you look up, Mike, Highlands committed 7 turnovers, Burrell 6. Wojciech gets her 2nd, as you mentioned. That's the 3rd.
Hope Clark at the line, drains the first. It's a 9-8 ball game. Kate Myers comes back in for Highlands. Second one is also good. We get a tie ball game. And Jason Kerr wants to talk it over. 2:47 left of the first quarter. And Highlands and Burrell are tied at 9.
But Mike, if you notice, when both teams start to get on a turnover run, both coaches are taking a timeout. And you have to do this when you have a young team, because the only way you can correct errors is to take the timeout when they're occurring, tell them why and what you expect from there. In section tonight, Mike, we have Knock at 6-0, and they're going to host Hampton tonight, and they won 9 in a row. I'm sorry, they're hosting Deer Lakes tonight. Yep. Their 2 losses have come out of section at Hampton and at Mars. Those are 2 good teams.
Do you know they only allow 29 points a game, and that's probably why they're 12-2.
Yep, averaging 53. Now, again, we talked about the 4 teams that get to make the playoffs. Right now, that would be Knock, Highlands, Derry 3-3. They're at Valley tonight. Freeport 2-3. Mike, they're 3-5. They've only played 8 games so far. They're off tonight. They play at St. Joe's tomorrow. But again, if the playoffs will start tomorrow, those will be your 4 top teams. And then it's going to be a scramble for the other 3 positions. We'll talk about those a little later.
You look at the loss column. 4th place is 3 losses. Deer Lakes, Burrell, and Valley have 4 losses. They're only 1 game back.
Yep.
And Burrell's playing like it tonight, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's similar to that first quarter out of Burrell earlier this year.
And the 2-3 zone is
effective.
Problems, yeah.
It is.
You got to shoot over top of it, Mike.
Fabregas now, Kayla Nerone out top. Back to Fabregas. 3 ball up off the rim, no good. Rebound. Weak side, pulled down by Myers.
She did a good job that time, Mike. She knew
Myers spots up, missed it. Luzier saved it nicely. Here's Pavlik to Nerone. Comes out of there, back to Myers. Not bashful, in and out. Rebound, Pavlik, up and in.
Nice job by Jocelyn getting that rebound, putting it up. She has 4, and the Rams are up by 2.
Hannah Clark, left side, that's Wojciech off the rim, no good. Rebound, Luzier. And Luzier adds some size to Highlands at 6'2" when she comes in off the bench. Myers lets it go, and down it goes.
Kate Myers, that's what you do against that zone, Mike. You can shoot them out of it.
The Rams have hit 3 from downtown, and they lead at 14-9.
And they're doing it for the wings, Mike. That's how you attack.
And a travel as Anna Clark launched the drive and turns it over at 1:37.
Hey. Right here. Hey.
Juliana Fisher, the younger Fisher sister, is in. Of course, her sister is Allison, and she's out with a knee injury and done for the year.
But she's not for college plans, Mike. She's going to get a W&J and play down there. Nerone straight away misses. And we got a foul.
And we got a backcourt foul.
Josie Pavlik going to pick up her first.
Hey, we're still
Team 4th.
Split. Jules in the middle.
And here's Fisher. Again, only a freshman. Or I'm sorry, that's Anna Clark. That's Fisher, 20. Wojciech. Yes! A 3 from the left corner right in front of the Highlands bench. Her first basket of the game, and it's 14-12. Burrell shooting themselves right back in it.
All 5 starters on the scoreboard, Mike. You like to see that, too.
Here's Myers. Out to Nerone. Fabregas left side. Luzier in the corner. Now Nerone out at the big Ram center circle.
1 dribble pickup, not good, Mike. You can't do that.
Luzier lost it out of bounds. And Burrell has it at 46 seconds left of the first quarter. We'll have some trivia for you, Dean, after the first quarter. I have a
Right there, Joel.
little bit of Highlands ladies basketball trivia for you.
I'll be excited.
And up, don't run away.
Here's Clark to Clark to Clark.
Joel, you got to dive.
Sterlitz in the corner.
Well, they're doubling
Tipped
everything.
by their
Mike.
own, got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds.
Dive on that.
When they double, Burrell has to say to himself, somebody has to be open. The question is finding an open person.
Attack it.
Here's Clark. Oh,
Nice.
Narone is
Great job by Narone.
so active on the defensive end with deflection. She's got to lead the team in deflection just from what we've seen in a quarter.
8 turnovers now apiece.
And as a coach, you love it when your players get your hand on the ball defensively. Fabregas, long cross court, goes to Myers. High posting to Belak. Belak lost it, goes to Fabregas. 3 ball on the way off the back rim, no good. Rebound Bucks. Anna Clark. 5 seconds, they gotta hurry. Here's Clark, gotta be aware of the clock. Dump it inside, they're not gonna get a shot up as Narone stole it again. And that's the end of the first quarter. Very active first quarter with a score. Highlands 14 and the Burrell Bucks 12.
Similar script, Mike, to the first game where it was a 1-point lead at the end of the quarter. Mike, before you give me the trivia, I want to mention it's a Myers night.
It is a Myers night.
You
Look
can
at them
see
all.
Natalie Myers, the assistant coach at Highlands. She played at Youngstown State and IUP. Dad Joe's over there, and he played at Duquesne and Burrell. Uncle Kerry, who played here at Highlands, is the father of Kate, and his wife Kathy is over there.
She's right there. Yeah.
Family affair, and don't forget we got 2 grandmas over
I see
there.
Carol in the red.
And Sylvia.
And Sylvia is right down in the front. Now, Joey Myers, if you go to the left, Dan, and then, well, there's our team. Yeah, we'll go to the left first. We'll get our team later. I'm going to show you Joey. Here's Joey right there leaning back.
That's the first time he's been on camera ever.
Cool as a cucumber. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the greatest basketball player in Burrell High School history.
And when I used to do the games for Comcast with Bob and Joe, I'd always ask to be a halftime guest. No.
He didn't want bothered.
Yeah.
He was tremendous. Before there was a three-point line, if there would have been the way he could shoot, and then he went to Duquesne and shot it the same way. He was amazing. Okay, here's our trivia. Highlands history. They have made the playoffs 9 times, and this year will be the 10th. Jason Kerr's going to add his name to this list. 4 coaches have taken Highlands to the playoffs. Name the 4.
Okay, we got a foul here.
Jason Kerr will be the 5th. I feel safe saying that.
Anna Clark gets her first.
All right.
Okay, so I'll go backwards. Courtney Danis.
One of them's here.
Megan Zemansky.
Right. One of them's here.
Did I see Megan?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
I did. You may have. I don't know. That's Fabregas off the rim. A rebound tipped. They fight for it in the paint. And Belak got it out. Narone hits a 3 from right downtown.
Right up top.
One of them coached the JV game. Here's Clark backcourt. 17-12. Highlands by 5. Drew Johnzak is correct. You have one more to get, and this is the hard one.
Because we're going back to the 70s.
We're going back to
there.
the 70s, and now Wojcik goes in and gets fouled. I think Lazier might have got her. Yeah, 1973, 4 and 5. That is a foul on Lazier.
But I can't remember her name. Mike, you're gonna have to help me with this one.
Betty Tusing.
Yep.
Was the coach back then, and those are your 4.
And that's where they used to wear the pants down to the knee, and they had a flap on their and full sleeves.
There was Betty Tusing, 73, 4, 5. Megan Zemansky, the niece of our referee tonight, Chris Zemansky, 2008, 9, 10, and 11. Drew Johnzak in 16, and Courtney Udanis in 21. There you go.
Nice
What
reverse.
a move on the reverse by Maria Fabregas.
She's got 6. She's tied with Kate Myers, her team lead. And the lead increased to 6.
19-13.
And if Highlands could keep applying the pressure, Mike, this is how they wore him down last
Well,
game.
you wear him
too.
down,
Yep.
exactly. Now ball goes out of bounds. Bucks will keep it.
That's one of the teaching points Coach Kerr's been trying to emphasize this year. Play defense every possession. You can't take a possession off.
Hope Clark. Well, that was a pick from her sister. All the way to the basket. Lays it up, missed it. Rebound, Pavlik. Well, she does the dirty work. Pavlik brings it back, and now Burrell got back quickly. Left side for a three by Wojcik, no good. Rebound, Burrell. Hope got into a double team and in trouble. And got it back to Anna. Anna drives through, and they're going to call a foul.
Little reach in there by Nerone. Her first. Team 6.
Burrell's committed but 2.
For low.
And Mike, we just saw last time is you don't want to play against a zone. Push the ball up in transition. Don't want to set the zone. She didn't leave. Hey,
thought about
told
it.
us.
That's right. Feet were down.
That time.
And now Anna turns it over. Or that's Hope.
Yep.
Turnover Burrell at 6:04. 19-13.
They're 9th. Highlands committed 8.
Here's Nerone. Gets it back. Now back left side for 3, and that's missed by Wojcik, and the rebound of the Bucks.
Nice job by Julianne Fisher boxing out Myers that time.
Little birdie tells me Jules Fisher's a really good bowler. I don't know if these things are true or not, but I can't divulge my sources.
Up, Anna.
Wildlife Lodge over there.
I spent a lot of time there, I'll tell you.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. You saw Larry ready to do it, didn't you?
Yep.
You've seen Larry Porterfield before. You knew where he was going there.
And they say you got to be looking for that. Certainly, you got to be looking for that. It's your job. You're a referee.
That's the first 3-second call.
Here's Sean. He's saying, wait a minute.
First 3-second call I saw all year. Well,
We've seen a couple, actually, in boys' action.
skip past Mike. I like this. Get the defense to move.
Now they try to work it back outside, and that is Fabregas. It's a grazer. Rebound Burrell. 19-13, 6-point Highlands lead. Clark pushes it, and now she'll reset things. Landowski in a high post, posting up against Wojcik.
All go by him. All go to the ball.
That might be the place to go with it to get your offense started.
All go by him.
Yeah, Mike, they have a lot of cuts to the basket, but the ball's not going that way. It keeps coming out. They have to go north and south, not east and west.
Here's Sterlitz out top. This is Fisher. Spin move against Pavlik. Tries to lose Josie, but can't. And now Clark back to get it. This is good Highlands defense right now, and the crowd appreciates it.
I'd be trying to get the ball down to Eddie Landowski.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's high posting it. She got some size advantage. She was being watched by Shelby Wojcik a little bit earlier. I thought that might have been and she was wanting the ball, you could tell.
Yep. 11th turnover.
Jason Kerr wants to talk it over. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left of the first half. Highlands leads at 19-13.
Why don't we get a shot of the boys?
Yeah, we'll get a shot of the boys. They are over there, and they are in force. How did Nolf sneak in there? He used to be with those guys. Yeah.
We got Jordan Tavares, Braden Foster. That's Cody,
and Hubert, and Nick McQuaid. And Mikey
team.
Allworth back there.
Yep, second row, and let's see who else we have there. I think it's Tommy Callender, Jimmy Quince, with his buddy Dom. Dom is like attached to Jimmy. Honest to God. And
you see Carter Leary in behind, and Tanner Nolf. Tanner Nolf's got all the hair, and he's a pitcher. And a good one.
See them come out and sport. By the way, their coach, Jeff Campbell, is getting married Saturday.
The Campbell nuptials. Congratulations, Jeff. I knew you when you were a little kid.
My son is the best man.
Way to go, Ken. I'm sure he'll do well. Has he got a speech ready?
I asked him, and he doesn't want any of my help. I said, I'm a professional. Nice pass.
Oh, beautiful. Underneath, and there's Wojcik with the finish. Her first basket of the night, and it's 21-13. That's the biggest Highlands lead.
All 5 Highland starters now.
Burrell's only had 1 point here in the second quarter. That was an Emily Wojcik.
Oh, there's a foul.
Foul shot, and there's Pavlik down on the floor.
They're going to shoot one-on-one the rest of the quarter here.
Yes, they are. That's 2 on Jocelyn. Who do we have?
23 going to sub in.
Emily Wojcik coming back in for the Bucks, and sitting down is Addie Landowski. This is Fisher. Missed it, but Burrell got the rebound. High off the glass, no good. Rebound Fisher. Trying to clean up her own mess. Can't get it. Out of bounds, and Burrell will keep it at 3:42.
They're dominating on boards, and Coach Reddick wants to go 4 low, which I'm sure is get the ball inside, take advantage of height. Here they come.
There's Fisher all the way to the basket with the right hand, lays it up and in. Her first basket off the bench, and it's 21-15.
That ball would get in a low post every time if I was them.
Watch low.
They have the height advantage.
Here's Nerone. Fabregas now. Corner to Wojcik, 3-ball. Off the rim, no good. Rebound Myers up and off the back iron. And the Bucks have it as Riley Sturlitz goes up to pull it down.
Kate's doing a nice job on the weak side, Mike. When the shot's taken, she's been getting that offensive rebound.
I'm waiting for her to do the leak out like her brother used to.
Look at Nerone with those active hands again, Mike. Great job.
Oh, now Clark had it stolen. Ahead of the field is Pavlik. Drives, lays, scores. 7 points for Josie Pavlik, and the ball's to Burrell, and Sean Reddick wants a timeout with an 8-point Highlands lead.
Again, Mike, if I'm Burrell, I'm going to try to get the ball down to the low post. I mean, that's the area where they can really hurt them, and they're getting trapped too easily, too, especially in the corners. And again, I said a point of emphasis for Coach Kerr this year is playing aggressive defense. They're doing it tonight for sure, and we talked about the upper part of the bracket in Section 4A. Down on the bottom, Mike, it's Deer Lakes at 2 and 4, and they're at Knock tonight. They have a big game Monday because they're hosting Freeport. That's the team in front of them right now. Burrell, again, that big upset, they beat Freeport. They're at Knock on Monday. To get into the playoff hunt, they're going to have to beat a couple teams above them.
Right.
And then Valley, they haven't won a section game, but they beat Springdale for their only win this year. And Burrell has to play Valley twice.
Right, because the
game
was canceled on Monday, I believe, with the snowstorm, and I haven't seen a makeup set for that one yet. So
the official started the second half, Mike.
It is amazing. It's going kind of fast. You know, we were just getting started last year.
It's crazy.
Again, a little bit of trouble with the pressure, and Wojcik had to go off her hands into the Highlands bench.
13th turnover, Mike.
Rams basketball with an 8-point lead and 2 minutes 40 seconds left first half. Now Pavlik kicked it back out to Nerone, and Nerone is bumped by Anna Clark.
Out of here.
It's here, Larry.
What do you want, Bruce? Just wait. Thank you.
Larry's got the announcer guy voice.
There you go. WTY. I always did the Catani game.
Yep, he's great.
And if you think we're homers, you want to listen to
It was great. Nerone for 3, off the mark. Rebound, Wojcik is blocked. But they're going to call the foul on Addie Landowski, who got her money's worth.
Her first, team 4th.
Highlands will shoot.
Goes to the line, and she has 2 tonight.
Yeah, the first time I heard Larry was at Valley, and it was a Valley Katanning game. And I said, who's the guy down in the end yelling like that? And then, you know, later on, people are saying that about me, so I got it then.
And he's never apologetic about wearing Katanning on his sleeve.
He shouldn't have been. Pavlik, yes, off the rebound.
Nice job by Josie to sneak in there. She's got 9.
9? Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. You know your audience.
Exactly right.
Now Clark having trouble trying to get it. They're going to watch the 10, and they do get it across, and barely. Wojcik is fouled. Took it strong to the basket, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. Highlands has their biggest lead of the night at 10.
That's Wojcik. That'll be her 3rd, Mike.
Burrell scored only 3 points here in the second quarter. Now they scored in the first game at Burrell on the 16th of December. They scored only 6 points in the second quarter. So you kind of see a little bit of a pattern. That hit every piece of the iron, but wouldn't go in for Emily. She'll get another. Riley Sturlitz back in for the Bucks. She wears 33, a junior at 5'10". That one will settle. Emily's got 5, and it's 25-16 with less than 2 to go first half.
Right down the middle that time. Nice kick out.
And there's Fabregas off the rim. Rebound, Luzier up and down.
He went high off the glass that time.
That's the first bench points for Highlands. 27-16, their biggest lead. Now all the way through, missing it is no foul, and Fisher went all the way in.
No foul. There was no contact. No foul. She went right through. I know that's what.
Larry and Sean having a nice discussion here.
Now they go into the post, and Pavlik got bumped, missed the shot. Sterlitz got the rebound.
High.
Here's Clark.
Joel, take it the other way.
Well, Sterlitz over great hands, like nearly was. And Sean wants a timeout there because he saw his girls were in a little bit of trouble. Timeout Burrell at 1:13 left of the first half, and the Rams leading at 27 to 16.
We get another shot of our cheering section, the boys over there. Who's in the white hat over there, Mike?
I don't know.
Take a good look. I figured it out after I got
it out in the white hat.
Undercover.
Undercover with the glasses on. I don't know.
It's Vic.
Is it Vic?
Yeah, with the glasses. I like that.
How about that?
We don't see him with the glasses on in the game.
No, no, he is. He's incognito.
Yes, he is.
Actually, he's in the Highlands gym, but
He had a nice game the other night against
he did.
Plum, both varsity and
Feet to Bella.
By the way, tonight's game replayed on Comcast Cable Channel 190 Tuesday night at 8 p.m. If you're joining us on YouTube, we're going to be back.
And we'll have another on the 31st, a Monday. We'll have Mount Pleasant here, non-section game. We had to move some things around. We wanted to get a second game, so we're going to do that. Wednesday on Groundhog Day, 9:30, and we'll back that up from a boy. We'll have a Gal Pal doubleheader for you on Channel 190. I'm not sure what boys' game is going to be in front of that, but if that's probably from the Friday before, which would probably be the Armstrong game, would probably be first. So
Burrell tried to play with 6 there, Mike.
Power play, pulled the goalie. Maggie Omasinski is in, 1, and she's going to go right to the basket. And ball's tipped out of bounds, and the Bucks keep it.
Mountain.
You mentioned the Armstrong game on January 28th, Friday night. It's the Hall of Fame night for the boys.
Ooh, Clark.
She really pump-faked. Nice, Mike.
Oh, around Luzier, and Luzier fouled her. Because if she didn't, Hope was going to score. So Hope will go to the line and shoot a couple at 101.
Don't forget, we'll be inducting Kirk Watucky.
2 really good players.
Great Kaprivna car, and 1 great announcer, Mike Pavlik.
2 really good players. They made all the points. Clark first when the rattles out. She'll get another. I thank you, by the way.
Hope 2 for 3 from the line so far tonight.
And drains that one.
I always say the girls can teach the boys how to shoot foul shots.
Yeah, you see it. 27-17, 10-point game, less than a minute to go. Here's Myers, now Nerone out of the corner. Back to Myers. Thought about it, drives in.
Nice.
And out to Pavlik off the back iron, rebound Burrell. And a foul. Nope, we're gonna call travel, my bad.
14 turns now. Highlands hasn't committed a turnover in this second quarter, Mike, and that's the difference. They've committed 8 total. And there's your 10-point lead. Jocelyn has to turn to the basket, Mike.
Now Nerone's gonna let it fly. It's short. And it's Burrell's ball at 27 seconds. Highlands has the arrow. Well, Burrell just needs a basket here.
Let's go.
And get it into halftime under double digits. They trailed by 6 at halftime at Burrell, and now they turn it over. It's a 10-point game now.
Reminds me of the boys' game the other day. They forced 15 Plum turnovers in the first half, and the girls have forced 15 here.
Here's Pavlik.
Should hold for the last one here. Let's see if they do.
12 seconds. Fabregas and Luzier. Back to Nerone. Drives to the basket. Goes in.
Nice pass.
Step down to Pavlik off the glass and in.
Good job by
11 for Pavlik, and we've come to halftime, and it's been Highlands here trying to stretch it out in the second quarter. That's the end of the first half with the score. Highlands 29, Burrell 17. We'll be back with stats and more right after this. We're back at halftime, Dean. Highlands leads at 29-17. Burrell scored 6 points in the second quarter. The first time they met, they scored 5 points in the second quarter tonight.
And again, Mike, in the case of the turnovers, 15 turnovers so far for Burrell. Highlands committed 8, but they were all in the first quarter, and that's why they outscored them 15-5 in the second quarter. Get that 29-17 lead again. Josie Pavlik leads them with 11. Kylie Narone has 3. Shelby Wojcik 2. Kate Myers 6. Maria Fabregas 6. And Joycelyn Luzier has 2.
4 from downtown, all in the first quarter.
And for the Burrell Bucks, Hope Clark 3, Anna Clark 2, Adi Ladowski 2, Emily Wojcik has 5, and Riley Sterlitz has 3. Julianne Fisher has 2. There's your 17.
If you're watching this game on Friday, we will be at Freeport Friday night for the boys game, so you want to tune in for that. And we'll be busy here the next couple of weeks. We have a legit stretch drive here to go. So
4 games in 5 days, right?
Hope everybody's enjoying it.
Next week, right?
Yep, we're gonna. Yeah, we'll go 4 and 5 starting next Friday night. Be busy. Pavlik is fouled. Now they got that worked that in nicely, and she is making a living in that painted area, as Hubie Brown would say, the painted area, which isn't actually painted here.
Unfortunately for Anna Clark, that's going to be her 3rd foul.
I didn't call anything yet.
Pavlik missed the first. Jules Fisher comes in, 29-17.
Anna, you're in. Why did you leave?
Addie Landowski will sit down. Teachable moment for Sean Reddick. He's been a teacher at Burrell for a long time.
What's he teaching, huh?
I don't know, actually. Rebound is another miss, and the Bucks have it.
Jason Kerr teaches in the city ESL, Mike. You know what ESL is, don't you?
No, what's that?
English as a second language.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
We should get Vic down there for him.
Very good.
Sean replaced Joel Sarasso as the coach prior. 3 years, 19 and 44, and made the playoffs. A year ago, they got past Ambridge on a forfeit.
Ooh.
And then they lost to Beaver 59-20. Beaver went on to win the whole thing.
That was a brutal screen there,
It
Mike.
was.
And legit screen, and I always say, blame your teammate that didn't call
it out.
That's right.
We saw one of those at Beaver Falls once, and your son was involved.
Yep.
It was brutal. And he did the damage. Yeah. He's a big kid. That's
Thomas. Remember that Thomas kid?
Yeah, it was Todd Thomas who went to Pitt. Yeah.
Kenny had a guard.
His mom made some tremendous pepperoni bread. That's one thing I remember from the trip up there.
Nice place up there.
Yeah.
The Pit.
Great jam. A steal by Wojcik, but I think she dribbled it off her foot.
Up, yep.
And Burrell gets it back. Boy, the Bucks wound a lot of time off the clock. Now Maggie Omasinski's coming in. And Riley Sterlitz will sit down.
Sterlitz has 3. Here comes the pressure now, Mike. Highlands have a chance to set the press up.
This press is very effective.
And we talk about playing
Oh,
defense.
steal.
There it is,
On a
Myers.
step in front by Myers, and that looked like her brother.
She'll go to the line and shoot a pair here. When you score, Mike, you set the press up. And again, a couple teaching points Coach Kerr's been trying to make is valuing the possessions on offense, playing tough defense. And if you play tough defense, guess what? You get more offensive possessions, as they're finding out here tonight, forcing 16 turnovers. Kate Myers now has 7.
Hope Clark picked up the foul. That's first point for Caitlin since the first quarter, makes them both. And it's 31-17, Highlands with their biggest lead. Rams trying to go to 11-2. Fisher. Now Omachinsky has trouble. And again,
10-second count should be on, Mike.
Kaylee Narone is just too much defensively.
You got to be in the middle.
She is got a little Reese Mayberry in her.
Yeah. When that dribble goes down, it doesn't come back up with her hands. Well, you'll see what I mean.
Now we got a
offensive foul.
Foul away from the basketball to get Addie Landowski, I think. That is correct. That I did not see because Sean was in my way.
Please keep an eye on that. Please. No. Afterwards, after the call.
Here's Nerone. To Fabregas, took a peek, wouldn't go. Rebound Omachinsky tipped it, but it comes to Pavlik. Fabregas again,
Nice
baseline all the way
there.
and put it in.
Maria Fabregas attacking the glass. She has 8 now.
In the middle.
33-17. Here's Fisher. Got shut off, put it up, missed it. Rebound on the weak side and one. Landowski put it in and will go to the line.
And that time, Mike, they did a good job of breaking a press. The key to breaking a press is getting the ball in the middle of the floor, because then you have options. You keep taking it from one side or the other, they can shade it, trap it, and you're in trouble.
33-19.
Fabregas picks up her second.
And Landowski completes the three-point play. 33-20.
She now has 5.
Burrell turns up the heat.
Let's see Burrell's press.
Pavlik.
Right there in the middle.
Luzier,
Bingo,
quickly.
bango.
And there is
And you attack.
Fabregas. Put the shoulder down. It was good defense by Fisher that time. Ball's out of bounds.
You saw how to attack the press, Mike. Right in the middle, and then you turn and you go to the basket. Good teams want to be pressed. You make them layups.
In deep to Pavlik. Turnaround, gave up the dribble, put it up, missed it. Rebound, Luzier had it, got pushed.
Nice hustle on her part.
They battle, and Luzier gets it. And what's the call? We have a foul.
Yep.
Well, Pavlik always on the floor also.
Looks like Fisher's going to get called. Yep.
Juliana Fisher, her first foul. 4 on Burrell's second half. Here's Luzier. Pavlik back out to Myers. Now Luzier looks for help, and this is Fabregas. Nice move by Myers all the way to the goal, but it won't go. Landowski has it.
Looked like she might have got fouled there, Mike. No call. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Highlands up 13.
Wojciak. Fisher. This is Hope Clark.
I like how Nerone gets right up in it, Mike.
She is tough. All the way through Fisher. Put it up, missed it. A lot of bodies everywhere. No foul called. And Burrell will keep it. I guess that was the, I guess Burrell keeping it out of bounds was the compromise call right there.
I think so, Mike.
And those do happen.
Yep.
They work it in for Clark, and that was blocked by Luzier out top. Now Fisher went in, missed it. Rebound, and it's Nerone. And Nerone, with a little nickel dimer backcourt, got fouled.
Lots of contact, Mike.
Now Sean's going to complain about the numbers. Here we go. He's going to say it's 5-1. Watch. See if I'm right. He wants to.
He's looking at it.
He's going to do it. 5 team fouls against Burrell's second half. Highlands has committed 1. That's where I was going.
Mike, you look at the top 5 in 4A, and as I mentioned in the pregame, Highlands was as high as number 2. They've fallen on, but number 1 perennial champion of 4A, Blackhawk. They're 11-0. They're at Montour tonight. Mike, they beat Montour by 46 the first time.
Holy moly.
And I'll jump down to number 5 in 4A. It's Montour at 8-2. How are you in the top 5 if you lose by 46 points to Blackhawk?
That's amazing. Well, that might tells you one of two things. It might tell you how good Blackhawk is, or it might tell you how good 4A is.
Yeah.
So,
and Mike, Blackhawk beat perennial champion in 3A, North Catholic. They beat them 63-37 last Saturday. So Blackhawk primed to make another big run again in 4A.
They've been down a little bit in basketball recently, or boys team, but the girls team seem to they move on and they do their thing.
Great coach out there.
Out top, and that's Myers. 3 off the rim. Rebound Fisher. Omachinsky, trouble. She traveled in front of the Highlands boys team over there. Look at that. Look at Braden.
About it.
Braden Foster makes the call. If he ever wants to be a ref, you can see him clapping down there.
Hey, 25. Where's your mic?
Jack comes out.
Yeah, you're right. Vic's incognito in the hat and the glasses over there.
Looks like a golfer.
He does.
25.
It's one of the Molinari brothers. Francesco, right?
Yep.
It works.
Burrell going to double now.
Myers got bumped. Now Wojcik traveled. And she did. 3:49 left third quarter. Highlands by 13. Burrell trying to fight their way back into this.
10th Highlands turnover.
Fella over the top.
There's the worst place to be, Mike. And she got away from it.
There's Fisher. Trouble. The battle. Fisher and Pavlik.
They have to be separated, Mike.
Chris Szymanski making sure there's no shenanigans. Some good hard play down there.
Come right to the middle. Let's go.
That's going to be another turnover, Mike, number 18.
Jules, you got to come right to the middle with that.
Here's Kaylee Nerone.
Good ball handler, too, Mike. She just waved off to everybody.
And used the arm to block him off. Got Luzier free. How that one didn't go, I'll never know. Landowski the rebound, out to Clark.
1-on-4.
And Clark goes up and down and travels.
Yep.
Yep. 33-20. Here's Pavlik. Myers. Brings it back out. And Nerone has it. Rams will be content to wind some time now with a 13-point lead. Wait for a good shot. Nerone will take it. It's three and it's down. I really thought her foot was on the line, but they call it a three.
She's got 6. Ahead by 16.
Oh, step in front by Luzier.
Right in front of us, Mike. What are they going to call here? Jump ball. Burrell get that one. They got close that time, Mike.
They did. At our highly vulnerable broadcast location.
Best seats in the house.
They are very good seats. I like not being up so high. I can see better.
Riley Sterlitz inbounds. Burrell goes to work against Highlands man-to-man defense.
Now they work it inside for Wojcik. Can't get it to go as it's blocked.
Luzier did a nice job ripping that rebound out. Here comes Fabregas on the attack.
Stops and pops from 15. It's no good. Rebound, and Pavlik, or Fabregas got it and had that blocked out of bounds as Landowski knocked it out of there.
Got her own rebound that time.
Let's go, no cutters.
Wojcik works it into Pavlik. Turnaround jumper off the front rim. Wojcik got the rebound. Put it up, missed it. Luzier on the weak side.
Oh, look at that, Mike.
A little do-si-do, and what's the call?
Yeah, literally had her arm grabbed.
That'll be on Addie Landowski. That's 3 on her at 2:05 left third quarter.
Highland will be shooting 1-on-1 the rest of the way, Mike.
Anna Clark back in the game.
Another box out.
Luzier, 2 points tonight off the bench. Make it 3.
She'll get the second of the 1-on-1.
She's gotten a lot of playing time.
She has.
Now, we've seen her before. There aren't that many left. It's been a couple of years since we've been here for a girls' game. Maria Fabregas and Jocelyn's about it.
6'2" senior misses the second.
This is a sophomore-dominated group.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Here's Clark. Dribbles through. Got cut off and got blocked. Foul will be on Kate Myers.
Her first, team second.
17-point lead.
And it quietly got up there, Mike.
Inside Landowski, off the rim, no good. Rebound, Pavlik. Fought it out
a better look than that one, Mike.
Amongst the tall trees. Pavlik
Nice
all the way
pass.
down to Fabregas. Shot, score, foul.
Fabregas now double figures with 10. Wait till you see who the foul was on.
Waiting for Chris.
33, Sterlitz, her second.
Fabregas completes a three-point play.
She's got 11.
And the Rams have doubled them up. It's 40-20. Burrell scored 8 points since the first quarter.
They struggle.
Now Sterlitz lets it go. It's off the rim. Rebound Landowski put it up, won't go. Boy, had some really good looks. They just can't get it to fall. Here's Myers. Behind the back. Out to Pavlik. Lets it fly. It's off the rim. Rebound Luzier. And Jocelyn, they held it. It's a jump ball. And Highlands will keep it.
Joyce's got to keep that ball above her head, Mike. She keeps bringing it down to her waist.
And makes everybody the same
4
size.
foot tall. Yep.
There she goes off the glass and puts it down.
She has 5.
Some bench production from Jason Kerr. A Cager Classic alum, Jason Kerr.
And a winner as a
MVP.
coach.
Yeah, and one that's coached too. Played for Ford City. His coach was Brian Kovalofsky, who will be here for the next home boys game coaching Armstrong. How about that? Again, we weave it.
And he's my neighbor across the street, right?
He is.
Nice turn.
Oh, and it's beautiful. Diving on the floor was Fabregas and got it free to Pavlik. Needs some help. She's going to shoot it anyway. I think the ball was tipped by Landowski, and Burrell has it. On to travel. As Santa Clark launched the drive. She's lost control of the ball, and that's what brought that about.
25.
Cassidy Lee comes in.
Her first action.
25.
Highland's probably going to hold for the last shot here. Burrell not playing straight man-to-man.
Fabregas out to Myers. Now Pavlik. Now to Myers, open, 3-ball.
Boom.
He rattles home. Caitlin Myers at the buzzer, and the Rams lead it 45-20.
Couldn't have drew it up any better than that, and couldn't have set up my trivia question any better, Mike.
Okay.
Because the question is, who leads the Atlantic 10 in three-point shooting?
Player?
Player.
Boys, girls?
Girls.
Ladies.
Ladies. Three-point shooter. You just saw a three-point shooter. Who made that shot?
Kate Myers.
Okay, so who would lead the A10 in three-point shooting?
It's another Myers, isn't it?
A North Catholic grad with 4 WPL championships. Tess Myers.
Tess Myers, and I don't know, is she at Duquesne?
She's at Duquesne.
That's it?
She's averaging 3 three-pointers a game. She's shooting 40% from three-point land. That's Micah Mason range there.
Uh-huh.
She started all 16 games. She's second in scoring on a team at 12.6 a game. And she had 6 three-pointers Saturday against Davidson.
How about that? I watched the Duke's men's team on Saturday. Got a look at the new Chuck Cooper Center, which is the old Palumbo Center. They did a really nice job on that place.
And if you remember, Mike, when we were at the championship game, when Corey won the championship in 2020, she was sitting there, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Joey was cheering like crazy, too,
yes.
Remember? I think she had her medal around her neck, too, because she had one the night before.
She had all 4 medals around her neck.
Even better.
Yeah. Way to go, Tess. We have a foul.
White 4.
And that'll be on Kaylee Nerone.
Her second. Team third. But that trivia question worked out perfectly.
How about that? We had a Myers make a 3, and son of a gun.
That was
shot.
Yeah, not knowing where
That just was altered by the fact that Luzier's so tall and had good position. And you talk about three-pointers, and you talk about Micah. Micah Mason made the WPIL Hall of Fame. Did you see this?
Very impressive.
That is tremendous.
Mike.
Congratulations to him. That is a great honor. And he's going in with Johnny Luchak, who's the oldest living Heisman Trophy winner.
And he'll be there at 97. He has plans on coming.
Maggie Omachinsky makes the first. Her first point off the bench, and it's 45-21. Made a move. 45-22.
I attended one of those, Mike, recently. It was a very nice affair. Buzz Riddle was put in.
First, there's a turnover as Myers traveled.
Hey!
The very first class, the first person they put in was Arnold Palmer. I thought that was a good way to start.
Yep.
That was a good way to start.
My wife Kathy and Buzz Riddle's daughter were
Betsy?
roommates in Westminster.
It's amazing.
Yep. Steal by Fabregas,
Fabregas
shoved in the back.
pushed
Let's
in
see
the
what they're
back.
going to call here.
You could have. That could be one of those ones. You know, in the NBA, we call that clear path, right? I mean, that was. You could call that. That works as intentional.
They're going to give the basket, Mike.
You see the girl creeping.
No,
Oh,
shoot the one-on-one.
Okay.
To the ball.
So Fabregas will.
I would have made that intentional because she scored the basket and she got shoved in the back. That's me. Chris has been around longer than I have.
I'm sure he'll love to hear that. Fabregas hits the first. She has 11.
As I said, that's me.
46-22, Highlands leads. On their way to 11-2 and 6-1 in section.
Fabregas now leads all scores with 13.
47-22. 25-point. Highlands lead. Omachinski threw it back and stolen by Nerone again. Oh, Nerone has just been a demon on the defensive end, stealing the basketball.
She is defensive player of the game, Mike.
There's some changes coming in for Burrell.
Oh, Masinski going to pick up the foul.
Oh, they're shooting.
That'll be the 10th, so they'll shoot
We'll shoot
the rest of
two,
the
so
game.
Nerone will do that.
Mike, I mentioned Blackhawk, number 1. Bell Vernon is 2. They're 10-2. Their loss is again to 6-8 teams from Keysport, Upper St. Clair. They're at Mount Pleasant tonight as we start the second time around. Now, they didn't beat Mount Pleasant by 10 first time around. We're going to see that Mount Pleasant team. They're going to come in next Monday.
Blackhawks the only undefeated team in 4A, by the way. And that's it. That's the extent of it. In and out.
And out.
Luzier tipped it, but Burrell able to control it. 7 minutes left. Looped it to Sterlitz, now Landowski. Here's Clark. Sterlitz got it out to Anna Clark. Off the glass, no good. Rebound Wojcik. Had Nerone ahead of the pack, and we'll work it back to Fabregas for a 3-ball. It's a grazer. Rebound Myers. Myers went in and going to call double dribble. And a turnover Highlands at 6.5.
Went in against the tall trees and double dribbled it. I like what Wojcik did that time, right? She ripped the rebound, took it down, hit the trailer. I've been impressed by how they're tonight.
Yeah.
And they're young.
They're all young to me.
Where are the seniors, by the way?
Here's Clark. Almost had it stolen, but her sister helped her out. Into Landowski. Back out to Hope. Now Hope lost it. No.
She had it. She had it. Time blue. What do you
They're going
want?
to call a timeout.
30, guys.
Smart timeout by Sean Reddick because she was trapped right at the timeline.
Chris Szymanski deemed that she had control of the ball.
That's a big point of emphasis this year. You have to have control.
Didn't agree with that.
She did. Right in front of her. You missed it right between her legs, so she had it there. And Mike mentioned the top 5. Sophomore, don't sleep on them.
The Scotties.
Yep, they're 10-2. They have an outstanding player. And their losses came to Upper St. Clair and Bell Vernon by 12, and they're playing Bell Vernon tonight. Mentioned Knock. Knock beat Highlands here by 17 points. That's the only blemish on Highlands section. And I mentioned Montour, they're 8-2. Their loss are to Blackhawk and Moon, and they're hosting Blackhawk tonight. I don't smell an upset.
I was going to say, hopefully they do better than 40 whatever points the first time.
46.
Yeah.
One timeout. 2 seconds.
Everybody's using up all their timeouts, making sure they get coaches getting plenty of TV time.
There you go.
Here's Clark. And there's Nerone. My goodness. Oh, nearly a steal by Wojcik. Got a piece of it. It came to Clark. Worked it inside, and that's Gerthofer. Madison Gerthofer with her first 2 off the bench.
She is a junior.
Now, Nerone with a jumper off to the right. Missed it. Rebound Bucks.
They continue to double, Mike.
Oh, Clark.
White 22.
is fouled by Shelby Wojcik.
Her fourth.
4 low.
Team fifth, so we're not going to shoot one-on-ones yet.
Juliana Fisher back in, number 20. Burrell controls it. They loop it into Landowski, had a right back at her by Wojcik. They battle for it. And I think it's Highlands ball, it is. Last touch by Landowski out of bounds. Burrell goes quickly. Here's Nerone, or Highlands does. Now, deflection, but Wojcik has it. Luzier's jumpers off the front rim.
Wojcik gets the rebound out of there.
And lets it fly. It's a dipper. And here come the Bucks. Hope Clark. Baseline to Fisher. And Fisher's blocked off on her way down the baseline. That'll be the 16th foul against Highlands, so Burrell will just key it in.
Luzier gets her second.
Back into the game for Highlands. 24 cross.
Fourth. Stuck a couple in on me there.
Here's Clark. Nearly a steal by Fabregas. Well, they play defense right down to the end, don't they? Fisher. Out to Clark. Now Hope Clark for three. It's nothing but nylon.
He's got 6.
47-27. 20-point Highlands lead. Here's Fabregas. Pavlik. Now Nerone with a crossover move, but Hope Clark shut her off. 4.5 left. Oh, Pavlik hit the floor. 3 from the corner is missed by Fabregas. Wojcik got the rebound, threw it into a crowd, and Fisher stole it. But she's 1 on 5. Now to Clark right side.
And the boys are starting the "We Want Zoe" chant.
Zoe Soko. No, beautiful inside. Landowski finishes. She's got 7 and leads away for the Bucks. 47-29.
25.
She's a junior. Wide open, top of the key.
Kaylee Nerone drains it.
That one left
Timeout,
her hand.
Highlands. Nerone's got 3 from downtown. 3 times 3 is 9, and I think we're going to see some substitutions here. 3:37 to go. Highlands leads at 50-29.
I didn't hear anything.
I had mentioned Blackhawk was undefeated.
Yes.
Here are your others in 6A. North Allegheny, undefeated at 12-0.
Always good.
And another always good. Mount Lebanon, a team you're familiar with, undefeated at 13.
Their coach, Mike, what's her name? Dee
Dory. She used to be at Blackhawk.
Exactly. Here's what she does. I love what she does. At the first practice, she orders the bus for the state championship game in front of the girls and basically says, I've done my part.
I'm an Ohio State football fan, as you know, along with Pitt. What they do is, the very first game of the year, I'm listening to the game on the radio, and there is a commercial for a contest to win a trip to the Buckeyes Bowl game before a game has ever been played.
That's impressive.
That's what you gotta like. Also undefeated in 2A, Sarah Catholic is 10-0. They're a perennial. And how about Burgettstown at 11-0? And in single A, the only undefeated team in single A are the Union Scotties. The Scotties are 11-0.
They had a big upset, Mike. They beat Rochester, who was #1 the other night.
They're really disappointed Jack Benny.
A 1-point win for the Scotties on their home floor.
So that's it. There were only
I saw
six unbeatens.
Saw a little TikTok.
Closer.
What do they call those?
A TikTok video?
Video, okay. I'm big on the TikTok, you know.
I don't do the TikTok, dude. I don't do social media. I have a phone. I finally, you know how long it took me before I even went that far? I have a phone. I can keep track and tell you that the Penguins are winning 5-1 in the second period. I know that. So
that's a 24th turnover.
Wow. 2 dozen.
To the post.
Nick McQuaid standing up across the way. We were talking about his grandpap with him earlier.
The professor.
The Professor Dave, broadcast colleague. back in the day. He was always meticulous with his notes.
That's correct. Always knock him out of his hand.
Now a 3 by Myers is off the rim. It's tipped out of bounds. And it's the Burrell Bucks basketball at 3:05. And we'll see the girls again on the 31st against the Vikings of Mount Pleasant. Thanks to Georgia in their office at Mount Pleasant for getting me a roster this week.
That could be a playoff preview, Mike, because they're a pretty good team. They're in second in their section.
Steal by Nerone again.
We said that a lot tonight.
Yeah, it's been a thing. Drives in, got shut off, kicked it to the corner. Now Myers to Fabregas, back to Nerone. Highlands content to wind some time here with 2.5 left. Wojcik all the way through.
Looks like
no whistle.
There. Nope.
Chris Szymanski said all ball, and we play on. Now Fisher lost the handle in the corner.
Double team.
And what's the call? Highlands ball. Burrell lost it out of bounds.
I thought they were called a timeout.
Riley Sterlitz and Cassidy Lee check back in.
Fisher and Landowski come out.
Clock winds to 2 minutes remaining. And we're happy to say we didn't jinx the girls. Very happy about that. Here's Luzier. Steal by Clark. Clark drives against Belak, goes all the way in, put it up and in. Good strong move by Hope Clark. And it's 50-31.
Senior now has 8 points.
Ava Natowski to the table for Highlands. Here's Nerone off the move. Here's Myers, 3 ball up off the rim. Sterlitz the rebound. Clark wants to push it. Clark used up her dribble, needs some help. Now threw it off a leg and got it back. I think that might have been planned. Out
by Nerone.
Yep, Bella Stewart let it go. They battle.
They're going to get
Fabregas on the floor.
White 24, push.
And they will shoot the one-on-one now.
50-31.
Abby Callender checks into the lineup. She should look familiar. That's Tommy's sister.
How about that? She's 11, right? Yep. And we mentioned Ava Natowski. She's 43. We've actually seen her play a couple years ago when we last
it's been 2 years.
Had the ladies at Ash, yeah. Now Bella Stewart missed a free throw, and it'll be Highlands ball at 1:13. Bella just a freshman. Here's Nerone bringing it up as the clock winds to a minute and Highlands leads by 19. Opened up for Nerone, got it over to Myers. The 3 is missed. Rebound, Natowski, she's fouled.
She'll go to the line, shoot a pair.
I didn't see who dunked down in front of us at the table, but it was met with large cheers by the rooting section. I see Malaysia Harris coming over.
Riley Strelitz gets that foul, her 3rd.
This is Ava Natowski, the junior. Off the front rim, she'll get another. Malaysia Harris is 33, and 34 is Casey Terraberry.
Brother Luke plays on our middle school team.
There you go. And here comes Zoe Selko. Brother of Will I Am.
Yeah, exactly. And Brady.
And daughter of Billy, which makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
Landowski. It's Natowski putting it in. Off the rebound, around Landowski. 52-31, 30 seconds remaining. Here's Stewart. Out to Clark. Wojcik's 3 is no good and chased down by Harris. Now Wojcik with 17 seconds. And Clark's not giving up the ghost.
Right, that's right.
Hope is not giving up the ghost at 14 seconds. She smiles at Larry Porterfield as she sends the ball to him. Or, I'm sorry, it's not Larry, that's Todd Fick.
Kind of glad they called that foul so Zoe can get in the game.
Yeah. So, Shelby Wojcik to the line.
Going to shoot 2 the rest of the way.
And the rest of the way won't be much because there's only 14 seconds left.
Mike, Zoe's going in for the shooter.
Well, then she needs to make this one, darn it.
Right, that's right.
It's the only way we can get this done. Oh, no, missed it. Going to go out of bounds?
There you go.
That was some good sportsmanship by Emily Wojcik to make sure that Zoe Soko got in the game.
There she is, the one they've been waiting for.
Much to the cheers of the boys team across the way.
Wait.
Those boys will be at Freeport tomorrow night.
Old-fashioned rivalry game, Mike.
Trying to start a winning streak. They haven't had one in a while. They're on the win one, lose one train. They battle for it, and that's going to wrap it up. Hard fought. And the Highlands Golden Rams move to 11-2, 6-1 in section with a convincing 52-31 win over the Burrell Bucks.
And Mike, they had to be proud of their defense here tonight, forcing 26 turnovers. And Coach Kerr, what a full defensive performance. He got it here tonight.
No, he really did. All right, thanks to everyone that helped us out here tonight, both coaches, Sean Reddick and Jason Kerr, and of course, Drew Carpin and everybody here. Thanks to them. Thanks to cameraman Dan upstairs. Once again, that final score. Highlands 52 and Burrell 31. For the Dean, Mike Choma, this is Mike Pavlik saying